what's going on again, Terran House? Today, we're going to be looking at the Soma Prime with its Incarnon adapter. So, our lovely brother Kargan recently acquired the Incarnon adapter for this, and he is looking for a build. So I was like, alright, well, I guess I know what I'm doing. As with all Incarnon weapons, the build, it gets adjusted by the upgrade you pick. So, the first upgrade is just going to let you change the Incarnon, and then you'll get 3 that you can actually choose from. I've gone with Fortifying Bloodshed, because this weapon does a lot of bleed. You're going to find that out. This weapon just does so much bleed damage that you're going to get a lot of bleed kill. That's going to keep your survivability. And getting the 450 armor for 4 punch through. 4 punch through is nice. Don't get me wrong. That is really good. It's just that for the most part, it's going to get outpaced by Fortifying Bloodshed. You could go either or. It's really hard to proc this one because not a lot of Warframes are going to be able to hit that 450 armor without modding them for armor. So this is going to be much more in tune, and this is going to be much more readily accessible to any frame that you give this weapon to. After that, we've got Kinetic Battle, which lowers your recoil, Practiced Grip, which increases your accuracy, which are both really nice. I've gone with Rapid Reinforcement because with Incarnon weapons, your transformation speed is actually influenced by your reload speed. So by having a higher reload speed, we transform faster, and we'll obviously get it going faster. And then I've gone with the 0.6 critical damage multiplier. The other one is Fatal Attraction. This would be the other one that I would consider. 6 damage on reloading is really good because this is 12 base damage, so it gets affected by all of your modifiers. Similar to how this is giving you plus 10 damage and it's considered really good. I just think that it's way better to get this plus 0.6 combo or critical multiplier or Fatal Affliction, which is something you're going to be building for anyway. That being said, for the build, we've got this. Galvanized Chamber and Galvanized Aptitude are, of course, you're just bog standard galvanized mods. You put these on everything you've got. Vital Sense for that crit damage. Hata Sataya. I don't know how to say this, but the way that this mod works is it actually factors in your multi-shot. So because the Incarnon form has a multi-shot of 14, that means that you pull the trigger, and if you hit one guy, you will get 1.2 times 14 base. That's even before you stack up Galvanized Chamber. So you will stack this up extremely quickly. Normally on a weapon like this, you would see Hunter Munitions, and you could, if you wanted to, drop Hellfire for Hunter Munitions. I just think the heat damage is going to be a little bit better overall than the slash damage, the slash procs, because this weapon is already primarily a slash-based weapon. Like, you got 1 impact, 7 puncture, and then nearly 20 slash in Incarnon. And in your regular form, it's 2, 8, and 11, so you're going to roll puncture a little bit more. I've just found that the Hellfire has been way better. You'll notice that I'm not running Critical Delay. Now, why are we not running Critical Delay? Because Hata Sataya, I'm going to give up on saying this, by the way, it will give you the same crit multiplier as Critical Delay. So you'll get 200 from Critical Delay plus a cap of 500 from Hata Sataya, which will give you a total of 700. But you have to drop something for this mod. And as I've said already, I kind of just feel like Hellfire is kind of your best in slot for damage anyway. You do get that base 30%, so you'll take 30 times 5, because you get a 500% increase, and that'll give you a 150% crit chance, or you can get 210 if you put both of these together. 150 is going to be way more than enough. You're gonna want the heat. You just really want that heat damage to get more upfront. And then, of course, when you're looking at the damage per projectile on this screen, because this is per projectile and you have base 15, that basically means one of your pellets will crit with an 8.8 times crit multiplier. You could, if you wanted to, drop Galvanized Aptitude for Hammer Shot if you like really wanted to pump up your crit damage. Because as you can see, this will give you 11 times crit damage. It also does give status chance. I'm not sure why it's Oh, it's because it's the same. They're both 80%. I thought this one was 60. But if you were to run Hammer Shot over Galvanized Aptitude, I would highly recommend taking Fatal Affliction as opposed to Zeroed In, because then you can still get this effect. But the effect is better from Galvanized Aptitude, so I would just run Galvanized Aptitude. There are some people who have tried to make Galvanized Scope work. I just don't see it. I think Hatsasataya is going to be way better for your crit, and this just has... You have to aim down sights and get headshots, and it's just messy, in my opinion, just for not really all that good of a increase. So we're going to spawn our 20 Corrupted Heavy Gunners and see what the gun can do. Now, it does have a ramp it's got to do, but as you can see, once it gets ramped, we start just mowing people down. That guy's dead to the slash procs. That guy's dead to the slash procs. He's dead to the slash procs. You unfortunately are not going to have the ability to kill all these guys with one clip. But... once we get in that orange crit territory, that guy's dead. That guy's dead. He's dead to the slash procs. Oh, those are heat procs. I didn't even proc slash. There we go. One slash proc and he's dead. So, like, not even a whole clip of ammo for 20 kills. And keep in mind, these guys are level 165 corrupted bombards. Like, this is way, way tankier than anything you're going to see in normal gameplay. Speaking of normal gameplay, we're going to get into some normal gameplay as I go do a quick Kuva survival for about 5 minutes. Actually, I'm not going to do the Kuva survival. I don't know what I'm going to do, but you're going to see 5-minute survival on probably Draco, or probably me opening a relic, but I will cut back to that and I'll catch you guys on the flip. Alright guys, so we're here on Sedna, on a Corpus, or Grenier, excuse me, survival. Grenier survival, opening a relic. We are Citrine because why not? We're basically trying to be Brother Kargan, but blue. I do have a matching relic, Lotus, thank you. Okay, we'll open the door then. The reason I picked Citrine is she's just very, very safe. Citrine is very safe, guys. Dies immediately. There we go. Needed to get that starting energy going. But as you can see, once we get things moving here. The red crits are obviously from Citrine's 4, but this is the Brother Kargan day, so I figured we will be Brother Kargan. Oh, 143 enemies corrupted, and it just doesn't really care. Oh, cool. I'm just gonna recast this now. So this weapon actually has really, really good synergy with Citrine because it has such a high crit multiplier at that 10 times or 11 times if you're running Hammer Shot, that like you just press your 4 down and now you shoot the little gems and they're just gone. Arctic Eximus, don't care. Well, this weapon is this is what I would call a gun. This is what I would call a gun. And one of these projectiles that is I'm trying to think of how to phrase this so it's safe for YouTube. One of the projectiles that is propulsed by a micro explosion from the tip of the barrel. Now that just sounds perverted. Anyway, One of the projectiles that is expunged from the tip of this barrel does have this guy's name on it. I'm just not sure which one, so we will have to go through the entire magazine. Yeah, as you can see, the Hara Sataya gets stacked really, really fast in Incarnon mode. We basically insta-stack it because one bullet can proc it multiple times if you have punch through. That's why Shred is pretty mandatory on this gun. I wouldn't trade Shred for the world, and actually just using Hatasaya gives you that improved fire rate because you're not getting the minus 20% fire rate from critical delay, which means that you can kind of just, and even without being in the Incarnon mode, you can kind of just hold down trigger, and then when you're ready to reload, you just swap forms instead and hold down trigger. Not a great weapon if you need to prime for it. Thankfully, it does a pretty good job of priming itself. Priming is when you would use a weapon with other elementals to basically give you more damage from the Fatal Attraction, right? Because that does damage based on the amount of statuses you've applied to a target. But thankfully, as Citrine, we have, you know, built-in statuses with our gem. We have just a lot of built status. Hello. She kind of forces slash. She forces all of the basic elementals with her gem. I got one shot by something. Did I get nullified? What the hell happened there? Actually, a good chance to see how this weapon handles against the Corpus, which it does pretty well. But yeah, this is a gun. Like it's not necessarily going to be game breaking, but you know, that would get off the screen so I could see. 353 kills in 5 minutes is not bad. Which really, we're a little under 5 minutes because the survival didn't start. We're at about 100 KP. 100 KPM. KPM being kills per minute. And I need to shield gate better. I thought Citrine was more survival than this. Why am I dying? What is my Citrine doing?
The raid is off to a successful start. When you need it, extraction is ready.
Interesting. I've died. I thought Citrine had more survivability than that. Oh, Cobra training blueprint. Thank you. That the thing that just said I call my help is my Kuvalich that I converted. He's you know, everybody say hi to Hawk Fakif, which I'm pretty sure is a euphemism. Oh, I've run out of ammo because I didn't use my one, or energy rather. These guys are kind of high level. I think my 2 just turned off and I didn't notice. I think that's how I died. But yeah, this is the Soma. Not like the best weapon in the game. Here it is against the Mania. As you can see, here, let's go on ahead and put the crystals on Mania. Where do you go? Where did he go? Mania. Goodbye. There you go. That's how you deal with Mania with the Soma. You just sink rounds into him until he stops moving. You haven't really left this room either, which is probably part of my problem, is I'm kind of bottlenecked, but that's the survival. I'm a little upset that this went longer than I wanted it to, just because Dickhead did not want to spawn. But it's a good gun. It's a feels good gun. I don't necessarily, I wouldn't put it as like a top tier gun. I'd put it like A+. Maybe A. Nothing lower than A. It has a nice unique build. My main issue with it is you can't prime with the Hata Sataya. I'm pretty sure I've said the name of that mod 5 different times in the course of this video. Count how many. Somebody in the comments. Yeah, while you're down there, make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the like button. But somebody in the comments tell me how many different ways did I pronounce the mod Hata Sataya? I still don't know how to say that. That's not English. But anyway, guys, that is the Soma Incarnon. Next up is, I don't even know. I don't plan these things that far ahead. But anyway, later, guys.